There are many reasons why I'm grateful to share my life with a partner like Christy. On one hand, sharing your life with somebody is an everyday reminder that your life is bigger than yourself. And that's really a good thing. It's also a reminder that there's more than one way to do life, and that can be humbling. It's also a reminder that I'm not perfect, and that's a good thing too. I'm a work in progress. There are many breaches in my life, gaps between where I am and where I probably should be. Some of those might be heavier than others, or some might be in between. Take, for example, a pretty big breach in my life of stubbornness. For weeks and weeks, I have suffered like many with really bad allergies, and Christy has watched that. I've been miserable with my allergies, and I know I'm not alone, but it's gotten worse and worse. And on many occasions, Christy has gently suggested to me that I go get it checked out and just have a doctor or a nurse practitioner look at it and see if I need any antibiotics or anything like that. I've tested negative for COVID, which is great and all that, but it's just kept getting worse and worse. And finally on Saturday, I wasn't feeling well, my ears were hurting, and Christy just gently said, you know what, maybe you should get that checked out again. She even went so far this time to open up the MyChart app on my phone and show me that I could get into a clinic Saturday afternoon. But I had to make the appointment. She wasn't going to do that for me. And I did this time. And when I came back from the pharmacy with a bag full of goodies for ear infections and a sinus infection, Christy didn't tell me, hey, I told you so, like she could have. Instead, she just gently and sweetly said to me, thank you for taking care of yourself. You're worth it. I'm grateful for that kind of love, that gentleness and patience that's not just willing to put up with my breaches, in this case the breach of my stubbornness, but is actually willing to step into those breaches and do some gentle repairing. In chapter 58 of the book of Isaiah, the prophet celebrates that work of God, looking and scouring life for breaches and then stepping into those breaches to be about the work of repairing them. Communities of faith, preachers like me, we can be really good at trying to get people to focus only on the breaches in their lives, the gaps, all that's missing and everything that's wrong with their lives. And don't get me wrong, if we're going to mature on our spiritual journeys, we need to do some looking at that. But today we're invited to pause and pray, not so much focusing on the breaches in our lives. I suspect we know those if we're honest with ourselves. Rather to pause and pray and reflect on where we encounter the gift of that holy and divine love and flesh that patiently reaches out to us with grace and mercy and gentleness to repair those breaches. And respond to that love like I hope to respond again to that love tonight when I get back home, saying to Christy, thank you. Thank you for enfleshing a love that's not just willing to put up with the breaches in my life, and there are many, but is actually patiently and gently willing to step into those breaches and be about the work of persistent and consistent repair. God's peace and blessings to you all.